high school football from up and down the coast. This is Friday Night Highlights.
Welcome to the first week of the playoffs on Friday Night Highlights. I'm Dusty Baker, and the high school football regular season brought us many highs from across the Central Coast. But tonight, all of that is in the past, as each of our Central Coast teams still in the hunt for a CIF title. They're in win-or-go-home mode, survival mode, some might say. 13 teams, 13 games on the docket this evening, including our game of the week between two Central Coast squads, Atascadero and Righetti. Only one able to advance. Let's go to the action. And speaking of able, it all starts with Abel McCormick in at quarterback. Watch as he airs this thing out, finds Elias Martinez here in the corner. That's a nice drive, but it ends with a fumble. Then Martinez this time takes the carry himself. Down the sideline he goes. He'll be pushed out of bounds, almost knocks over our camera guy. That would also end with another fumble. So not a great start for Righetti offensively. It's still scoreless, but second quarter, Martinez gets the first down, sets up McCormick. McCormick rolling to his right, finds Cooper Bagby alone in the corner of the end zone, shrugging it off, saying, I got that, I'm wide open. It's 7-0 just like that in favor of the Warriors. Following blocked field goal attempt, it's McCormick finds Elroy Perez. That's a first down. McCormick keeping this drive alive, dropping back, rolling to his right. He'll continue to air this thing out. That's to the corner of the end zone, but it is picked off by Atascadero. It remains 7-0 at halftime. And take a look at the score of this one. Righetti would figure it out offensively in the second half, extending their lead immensely. They take it 28-6. They will advance after winning their second game of the season. They also eliminate Atascadero. They'll continue on as they take on Coalinga. Moving on to Mission Prep. This is the biggest game, arguably, in school history, taking on Lemoore on the road. First quarter action as Mission Prep looks to remain unbeaten. This is a nice start. This is Colby White. That's a first down. Then Andrew Abade here. This is a 12-yard gain on the ground. So nice start early on for the Royals, but second quarter action, it's still scoreless. That is until Susank. We've heard his name all year long, Jack Susank. 1-yard touchdown rush up the gut into the end zone. He goes at 7-0 in favor of Mission. But Mission's defense stepping up big time. Watches Drew Harrigan getting in on the action for the stop for Mission. And then it's Susank on the ground. He is feasting all day long. Shakes off one tackler, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tacklers. That guy almost brings him down. He finally does. 24-yard gain, though. And Susank would finish what he started. Susank sank into the end zone. That's a touchdown. 1-yard rush. It's 14-6 Mission at the half, and Mission Prep. This is a story we will continue to follow moving forward because they are the golden 10-0, folks. They win it 21-12 over Lemoore. A big victory on the road, arguably the biggest victory they've had in school history. And now they will face Bakersfield next week. Madera at Arroyo Grande. First quarter action, Caden Tynes. It's always time for Tynes. A 4-yard carry up the gut in the end zone. AG just like that, out in front, 7-0. But Bo Green hits Logan Wattenbarger. That's a 30-yard strike to the house, a tie at 7 apiece. So an early shootout in this one, but Makai Puga, 15 yards. One of my favorite running backs in this area. Puga takes it to the house. It's a 15-yard touchdown, makes it 14-7 AG. Second quarter, Max Parrott, 22-yard strike. Damian Santos is able to come up with it, and it's 21-7 in favor of Arroyo Grande. So Green, it's fourth down, trying to convert here. AG says not so fast, folks. That's a turnover on downs after they were driving right there. So Parrott on the other end, ensuing drive hits Max Wolf. Wolf shakes him off, takes it down the sideline. That's a 51-yard gain. And like I mentioned, it's always time for Tynes, and Tynes' time is now. Spin move to the house, 18-yard touchdown rush, 28-7. AG has a commanding lead in this one. AG wins it. They take it 49-21 over Madera, and so now AG will have Washington Union coming up next week. And North Bakersfield visiting Templeton this evening. First quarter action, Isaiah Pascal. You're going to hear this name quite a bit. Takes the carry down the sideline to the end zone as nobody's going to catch him just like that. Templeton out in front. it's 7-0 Eagles. But second quarter, Carson Bennett hands this thing off up the gut, and North ties this thing up at 7 apiece. And then Bennett, once again, another carry, hands it off up the gut, and they will score a second go-round here. It's 15-7 after North converts on the 2-point conversion. But Chavez says, not so fast, folks. Drops back, airs this one out, completes this one. That's a 51-yard gain, sets up the Eagles beautifully. Pascal taking the carry. Once again, untouched to the end zone. So it's 15-13. You know what? Let's go for two. Let's try and tie this thing. You know what? Deja vu. Let's do it again. Pascal up the gut into the end zone. It's tied at 15. Don't fix what's not broken, folks. Eagles looking pretty good right here, but it would be another touchdown on the ground for Bakersfield to make it 22-15. And check the score of this one. Templeton's season comes to a close as the Eagles fall in this one 40-22. They will close out the regular season with a 5-6 record. But a great season for them and a great game. They battled the entire way. And we will still have so much action for you coming this way on Friday Night Highlights from playoff action as we wrap up the first week of the high school football playoffs. Ridgeview taking on San Luis Obispo, and more highlights across the area. It's all coming up after the break. Welcome back to Friday Night Highlights. I'm Dusty Baker, and we continue to roll through our playoff matchups here on the Central Coast for the first round of postseason play. And for San Luis Obispo, the Tigers, they headed to their matchup with a 1-7 Ridgeview, having felt pretty confident posting a great 6-3 regular season record and a 4-1 Ocean League record as well in Ocean League play. Tonight, playing at home as, of course, home team, but in Morro Bay. So maybe not quite a home field advantage, but still at least getting to host a matchup here. Let's go to the first quarter action. It's Mark Garcia taking the carry himself. 8-yard carry. Picks up a nice first down. Nicely done there on the ground for slow. Jace Holmes, this time, taking it. How about let's finish the job from what we started right here. Spin move, presses X on his Xbox, into the end zone he goes. Tigers have a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, it's 4th and 1. The defense stepping up big time, gets the stop. This is a turnover on down, so let's take full advantage of this one, why don't we? This is a 60-yard pass from Holmes to Eli Smiley Rooney. Touchdown. Tigers up 14-0, just like that. And Holmes continuing to air it out beautifully this evening. This time drops back, hits his man. That's Blake Perry. Perry, how about a 45-yard pickup? However, they would miss the field goal on that drive, so Slow would have a 14-0 lead at the half. But the story in the second half really changed the game for Slow in this one. As you see right there, Ridgeview able to storm back with 22 unanswered points in this one as they win it in overtime. The Tigers' season comes to a close, falling 22-14. Well, Mount Whitney taking on Nipomo. Remember, at one point, Nipomo undefeated this season, having a great start to their year. They kind of struggled a little bit towards the end of the regular season, but a big key to their success, how about Nate Reese? 5-yard touchdown rush in the corner of the end zone. Titans have a 7-0 lead. This time, Reese airing it out, finds Milton. That's a nice pickup right there, 15 yards. That'll pick up a first down. Second quarter action. This is Reese, but not at quarterback, at running back. Into the end zone he goes on 4th and 1, and that's a 2-yard touchdown rush. Nipomo up 14-0. And then Nipomo's Gabe Evans. How about the story in the second half? Boomstick. What a knock right there by Evans defensively. And you're going to hear his name in just a little bit, but not before Vinny Hernandez says, I'm going to take this to the house myself, get myself on the board, my team on the board. 17-yard touchdown run. It's 21-0 in favor of Nipomo. Evans, remember, he can do it offensively, he can do it defensively. He trucked a guy, now he gets an interception. And you know what? Why don't we just finish the job? Evans decides to take it himself, gives it up the gut. And you know what? Evans says, I'm going to finish the job with a touchdown rush. That's a 3-yard touchdown rush for Evans. It's 28-0 at the half in favor of Nipomo. Take a look at the final score of this one. They roll today. They take it 34-7 over Mount Whitney. And so Nipomo's moving on. They will face Highlands of Bakersfield next week. Paso Robles, they played yesterday. They are moving on. After a win Thursday night, the Bearcats defeated the Tribe from Tulare Union. They take it 24-21. The Bearcats are moving on to the next round where they will face Dinuba next week. Then Bishop Diego. This was just a tough matchup. Alemany, one of the better teams in the area. Alemany rolls in this one. They take it 45-14, but don't take away from the fact Bishop Diego, 8-2, had a great season here in 2021. Santa Barbara taking on Campbell Hall. Campbell Hall undefeated heading into this matchup at 10-0. Do you see that little 1 right next to that 10? That's right. Santa Barbara found a way to win it today, handing them their first and only loss of the season. Santa Barbara wins it 36-20 over those Vikings. Next week, Santa Barbara will be taking on Newport Harbor. St. Inez taking on Elsinore. St. Inez had a great season this year. The Pirates, though, had a tough matchup going into this one. They knew that as well. Elsinore had just a better team this year. They win it 37-10, but a great season for St. Inez. Pirates showed out with an 8-3 record to finish their season. This was the battle of the nights. You had St. Joseph taking on Bullard, and Bullard outlasts St. Joseph today. The Knights clashing, the swords were hitting. Maybe one sword hit a little more than the other. It's 29-28, the final in favor of the Bullard Knights. For St. Joseph, they finished the season with a 6-5 record after the 29-28 loss. Lompoc also in the postseason, taking on Western, the Pioneers, and this was a shootout. Per usual for Lompoc this season, that offense all season long was phenomenal, but they fall this evening. Their season comes to a close as they fall 42-37. That Canley kid, I just got to say, he is a special talent there in Lompoc. And Calvary Baptist taking on Coast Union, and Coast Union, it was a close game, right? Wrong. They win it 75-12. Dominant performance for Coast Union, and they will follow a convincing win, moving on to the next round after putting up 75 big ones on the board. Successful day across the board here on the Central Coast. That's a wrap of week 1 of the playoffs on Friday Night Highlights. We have one more show for you coming up next week on FNH, so stay with us for that. And if you have a player that you want to recommend, somebody that you want us to highlight going forward, please email us at ksby.com. On top of that, we will also be able to communicate with you through Facebook Messenger, Twitter. If you want to see a play in action, again, head over to our website. That's ksby.com. Before we let you go here tonight, here's tonight's sights and sounds. Thanks again for watching. Good night. We'll see you next Friday.